Hey, another update, guys. Um, so before I announce the new upcoming project, here is the new project. So, what we got today is the Deadpool. Again, the Deadpool's from Zentai-zentai.com. Um, I won a monthly contest of posting the suit that I got previously, which was the Spider-Man, and I won a free solid colored Zentai suit. So I opted to add extra cash to just get a Deadpool costume. So I went with the classic Deadpool uh, with this eye uh, patch because this was the one I preferred. The other ones, I don't like the whole black band around his wrists and legs because they don't belong there. um, But what you do get with this one, you get those attachments, but they're only attachments. You can remove them if you want, which is great. Now, I actually opted to have them remove the black neck piece, so it actually took a little bit longer. This costume runs 40 for 40 bucks with all the options with the zippers and placements of other things, sizing, special sizing. It'll run you about 65, depending on what you want. Each option counts as something different. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you what I have planned. The black of the Deadpool costume is going to be puff painted. I'm not talking about the eye patches on the face, but just the parts that are black. I will be making, or I have made, all the buckles, the as the original classic costume has, and we'll run through that. So all of that I will do in another video and edit it and chop it up in here, and I have all the stuff ready. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. All right, so what we have, the suit is great. It's on my duct tape dummy, which was inexpensive and a bitch to make. Excuse my language, but so far I've already started. This is all freehand, so you're gonna have to forgive some of the crooked lines, but for the most part, you kind of get it down when you're doing all that honeycomb work with the Spider-Man costume. Now, I'm going to bring this to light so you can actually see the pattern better. Now, I haven't done all of the cross hatching yet. So far, everything is just single lined. Now, I'm doing it from seam to seam. I'm not doing the whole thing all at once. Now, if you can tell, it'll start here and only go up to a seam, this seam. I've gotten the back done, which you can see that'll be what it's going to look like. Now, you really can't tell from really far away. Alright, Dad, you're gonna fall. So you really can't tell from far away, but it's a little nice detail to have in there when people are actually up close. Gives it a little bit of texture so it's not just all plain. I'm going to put some muscle shading into it. I'm probably going to paint that with a brush, acrylic paint. Sorry, Deadpool. But here's what we got. Some of the tools you're going to need if you're going to do this route is heavy duty button snaps. This is what the package looks like. Heavy duty snap kits. It comes with these things, which is going to help you put in the snaps. Now, what it consists of is these parts and these parts. Now, what you would do is, between the piece of fabric, let's use this as an example. Between the piece of fabrics, you're going to have to puncture a hole. I would use, I I forgot what they call it. It's a tool where it looks like an ice pick, but you heat it up until it's orange and you burn it through. It makes perfect belt loop, belt holes for your belts when you get fatter or thinner and you gotta add more holes in it. But that's what you would do, and what it would do is in that hole you would set it in here. This little piece would go through that hole, so sandwiched between that would be that. Now once you got that placed down, this is a bottom end, by the way. You would put it on this end of the, sits right in there. You would use this, and it has this tip, cylindrical, knobbish tip, and you'd put it right where this little thing would be, and you'd feel it sit in. Once it's sit in, take a hammer and hammer it down, and it'll create a lip. It'll bend it all around and close out the lip to look like that. There you go. Inside. If you look inside it, you can't even see it because it's bent all around and shaped in. So heavy duty, it works well. Now this is going to be the Gauntlet. Now what it is a piece of leather. I started off with brown. I used kiwi shoe polish, black shoe polish, and I dyed it. Okay, so inexpensive, and you don't have a mess. It smells for a little while, but it goes away quickly. You can see it rubbed off because I was applying glue and whatnot. But I used it on both sides. This is a single layer, while this is a double layer, folded over each other and sewed. Now I kind of just sewed this pattern on it just to give it a little more texture out of the leather strap, and added the button snaps. This is part of the foam boards that you stand on for kids, or just play mats. But what I did was it was too thick for which one I had, so I cut it to shape, and then I cut it in half of the thickness, so that's why it looks like that, but you're not going to see that part. I'm in the process of still coloring it. I tried painting it enamel with brush, but I'm going to go in the way of spray paint, so I'm going to Krylon the hell out of this. I should have done that before I put this on, but I have my ways to do it without touching this. Painter's tape works great. What I did do, by the way, is I hollowed out a piece by sanding it so that the leather strap sits in it, so it doesn't bulk out too much. So that's what I like about it. Now when you actually put it on the wrist, give me a sec, because this is going to be a pain in the ass to do with one hand, and I'm probably going to have to do that when I put on the suit for myself, but it's not going to be too bad. So that's why I leave this strap here, so I can hold that down and roll my wrist. This is horrible. This duct tape dummy is a little thicker than I am, so please forgive me. I measured this to my bare hand, and I measured along the process as I did it. Alright, let's just do... That's what it's going to look like. So, that's my Deadpool Gauntlet. Okay. We have the neck collar. Again, this was all used on a yard of raw leather that I purchased a while back, and I had extra of from doing my friend's Assassin's Creed costume. So I cut it into straps, I doubled it over and folded it, added the button snaps, measured it along as I went, scrap pieces as a just that's gonna go in there. It's gonna slide in there and give it that whole closed effect. Now this is gonna be easier when you're actually putting it on yourself and you have two hands. So this is the neck collar. And that's what it's gonna look like on Deadpool. Kind of looks like a dog collar. This is actually a single piece, but it looks like two pieces. That's actually going to keep the mask sitting pretty tight against the face, especially from the neck area. This will be the ankle. Again, I just